Maximus Analysis here for November 14th, 2016. And we got a slight day of indecision again, based on last week's epic move after the presidential election Tuesday night. I wasn't expecting, it's a lot of volume and a lot of movement that happened in a matter of a short period of time. Again, in my newsletter that went out today around noon, if you're a subscriber, please, if you're not used to, it's going to be coming from max@maximusanalysis.com. Check your spam folders. But we talked about how much movement we saw during that day and basically what levels we're looking to hold all week. Again, 2105 is the level that I want to see them hold all week. Then a break above 2186, 2191, and they go to the targets above. The levels worked fairly well today. Let's look and see. Yes, 2151 was the level that we had in 2174. 74 was it 2174, 2162, 2174. So in 2151. So the morning levels work pretty well, but it's just a sideways day. So again, looking at the daily time frame, you could see that again, such a large move from these the level that we posted 2 weeks ago in regards to where it needs to stop. Now, I'm not telling you I took that long because that was overnight. I'm not taking those, but again, it's good to know that you have something prior to the move to really let you know what's going on. Again, 2105 is the level that we need to hold in regards to any retracements this week. Please note, day traders, that during indecision days like this, it's the hardest to actually make money. Again, recognizing that this is a day that's very difficult versus I need to make money every day will help you throughout this journey. Again, to understand when you're just having a tight range, again, the range for the day was about 22 points all day. Just recognize that you're not going to catch the bottom and the top. Again, the levels will help, but when it's choppy, sometimes the best thing to do is learn how to take your foot off the throttle and kind of just observe what action is taking place. Let's look at the NQ, and the NQ actually had some movement to the downside. We do have our levels that we will watch going into any type of retracement, because on the weekly time frame for the NQ, you do have an indecision day. So this is almost like a doji pattern, plus with the majority of the big names being overbought, which is your FANG complex, which I think that they are oversold. They were overbought last week. Now they're oversold. So I think you would get some opportunities to actually go to the long side while everybody else is freaking out. We will look and revisit that at the latter part of the week, but again, I think that this is a complex that can look really, really good if you set yourself up properly with proper stops and levels to trade from. Crude is currently testing the 43.12 area, and we do have a little bit of band resistance here coming all the way back from August. So I do have a cycle coming in this week, so we will see how this week closes. And we'll wait for a buy signal. Buy signal, when I state buy signal, I mean that let's say you have this, you're waiting for a close or a break above the previous week's close. I'm willing to do that and wait a little bit for this one because you did have a pullback on gold and oil, but again, you are at a critical level that we need to hold. So we'll watch this, and I think 41.49 or 41.63 was our level that we needed to be in regards to line in the sand, and that kind of lines up with this 40.61 area as well. TLT is a huge move down. Again, now is not the time to go short. Again, the short was up here. We had our levels, and you just had unfortunately, you didn't have the fib retracement type that I liked, especially on the weekly, but maybe you did have something on the daily to give you this nice retracement up and doing a Fibonacci count from the low. I would say, let me try to guess and say it's between 8 and 13. Yeah, it was about 8. So 8 bars up and retracement to the downside. And we will continue to watch here because we did have big volume. And you look on the weekly time frame, you can see that you have huge volume here. Again, I haven't, not saying it has to pause, But again, because look at the last time it had huge volume doesn't mean it had to pause either. It still went down. But we have to see if this is going to be capitulation volume, meaning that they've gone, because the big volume comes at the start or at the end of a swing, typically. But we will use that rule to see if we are then going to get a bounce here, and it doesn't have to bounce up forever, but it could bounce up to this previous level of resistance, or excuse me, support that now will become resistance. But keep that into play. Looking at Apple, it's weird because we do have some stuff coming into play here with Apple. So we are testing, basically they're currently right around holding the uptrend line that we have, and we got our support level around 103.50. Excuse me, 103.56. This level support is 103.09 to basically 99.40. So if it could go down a little bit more and you just wait for a buy signal, because we're at probably getting up to the 5th week down with no break of a previous high, and we currently do have these higher lows in place. So going back and looking at, you have this low, this low. This is still would be a higher low. So again, huge move up, and now it's just retracing. But if it can get back above this buy signal here, which was the last one was above that level, if it can get above that same level again, recapture this uptrend line, I think we have more highs to go. But we'll continue to watch. Again, the week is early. We look at also the weekly time frame, and you can see that it's testing this 200-day moving average and coming very close to the level that we posted as well, which again you can see on the daily time frame gave a nice engulfing pattern and just gapped up and continued up. So we want to see if we can get a retest above that area to go back long, and we will watch what's going on here, because again the NASDAQ, we'll kind of see where that's going, but those levels look good. Again, if it can get back above the 110 area, it could really move. I had that as a level of resistance, and you got to remember to look backwards in time. Looking at the weekly, you can see if I put 110 up here, oops, if I put 110, sorry, if I put 110 up here, you can see that this level was something that was supported before. Again, previously held, broke below, came resistance. Want to see if we can get back above that level going forward for Apple. So again, we'll continue to watch things and take it from there. Have a great one.